Hello everyone, and welcome to today's presentation. I'm excited to have you here. Today, we'll be discussing the requirements of good building stone. This is a fundamental topic in construction and engineering. We'll cover what makes a building stone suitable for use, including its properties and qualities. I'll also briefly touch on the different types and how to select the best stone for various projects. So, let's get started and explore what makes a building stone truly good. Today, I'll walk you through the key contents of our presentation on material properties. First, we'll look at strength, which is essentially the ability of a material to withstand forces without failing. It's a fundamental property because it directly affects how the material performs under load. Next, we have durability, which tells us how well a material can withstand weathering, wear, and tear over time, ensuring longevity in its application. Then, we consider hardness, an indication of how resistant a material is to scratches and surface deformation. Toughness follows, which is about the material's capacity to absorb energy and deform without breaking, crucial for materials that need to withstand impacts. Moving on, we examine specific gravity, a measure that compares the density of a material to water, giving us insights into its weight and strength-to-weight ratio. Porosity and absorption are next, referring to how much void space exists within the material and how much moisture it can absorb, important for understanding durability and potential issues like water damage. Dressing, or surface finishing, influences the aesthetic appeal and sometimes the functional performance of the material. Appearance covers the visual qualities, which are vital for architectural and design considerations. Seasoning involves the process of drying or curing the material to improve stability and reduce defects. Workability describes how easy it is to handle, cut, or shape the material during construction or fabrication. Cost is a straightforward but essential factor, impacting project budgets and choices. Lastly, fire resistance measures how well the material can withstand high temperatures or prevent the spread of fire, which is critical for safety. Together, these properties form a comprehensive picture of how materials behave and how we can select the right one for each specific application, aligning with our overall goal of informed, effective material use. Let's talk about strength. When we refer to strength in this context, we're really highlighting the core capabilities and advantages that set us apart. It's about understanding what makes us resilient and capable in the face of challenges. Strength isn't just physical. It's also about our strategic advantages, expertise, and the resources we bring to the table. Recognizing these strengths helps us leverage them effectively to achieve our goals. Throughout this presentation, I want you to keep in mind how these strengths connect to our overall strategy and how they can be a foundation for future success. Let's talk about strength. Generally, most building stones have high strength, which helps them resist the loads placed on them. Because of this, strength isn't usually the primary concern when we're just checking the quality of stones for typical use. However, when stones are intended for large structures, it's important to actually check their compressive strength. This is because larger structures demand more reliability, and knowing the compressive strength ensures the stones can handle the load. Typically, the compressive strength of building stones falls within a range of about 60 to 200 newtons per square millimeter. So, understanding this range helps us select the right stones for the right application, especially in substantial constructions. Let's talk about durability. When we consider the lifespan of a product or material, durability is really the cornerstone. It's about how well something holds up over time, under different conditions, and with regular use. A durable product not only lasts longer, but also maintains its functionality and appearance, which ultimately saves money and resources. Key points here include the materials used and the design strategies that enhance strength and resilience. For example, using high-quality materials can significantly improve durability, but smart design choices, like reinforced joints or protective coatings, also play a crucial role. This concept ties into our overall theme of sustainability and efficiency. When products are durable, we reduce waste and the need for frequent replacements. So, investing in durability isn't just about quality, it's about creating solutions that stand the test of time, benefiting both the environment and the user. Durability is a crucial aspect when it comes to building stones. Essentially, it means that the stones should be able to withstand the harsh effects of natural forces that they encounter over time. Think about wind, rain, and heat. These are constant challenges that can wear down materials if they're not strong enough. So, when selecting stones for construction, we need to ensure they are durable enough to resist these elements. A durable stone won't deteriorate or break down easily when exposed to these natural forces. This quality is vital because it directly impacts the longevity and stability of the structure. If the stones aren't durable, the building could weaken, leading to costly repairs or even failure. In the context of our overall theme, building long-lasting, resilient structures, durability becomes a key factor. It's not just about the initial strength, but how well the stone can maintain its integrity over time despite environmental challenges. So, always keep durability at the forefront when choosing building stones. Let's talk about hardness. Hardness is a fundamental property that describes a material's resistance to deformation, particularly scratching or indentation. It's an important characteristic because it influences how materials perform in different applications, such as cutting tools or wear-resistant surfaces. When we assess hardness, we're essentially measuring how tough or durable a material is against external forces. This concept ties into the overall theme of material properties, helping us understand which materials are best suited for specific uses. Recognizing hardness helps us predict how materials will behave under stress and ensures we select the right material for the right job. Let's talk about hardness. When stones are used in floors, pavements, or the aprons of bridges, they are often subjected to quite a bit of wear and tear. This wear comes from the constant movement of people or machinery over them, which can cause abrasive forces. Because of this, it's really important to test the hardness of the stone. Testing hardness helps us understand how well a stone can withstand these forces and ensures that the materials we choose are durable enough for their intended use. This is a key aspect of selecting the right stone for construction, tying into the overall theme of durability and quality. Let's talk about toughness. When we think about this concept, it's really about resilience and mental strength. It's not just about physical endurance, but also about how we handle setbacks, challenges, and pressure. Toughness is what allows us to stay focused and keep pushing forward, even when things get tough. It's important to remember that toughness isn't something you're born with. It's something you develop over time through experience and mindset. Building this quality means embracing discomfort, learning from failures, and maintaining a positive outlook. In the context of our overall theme, toughness is essential because it fuels perseverance and helps us stay committed to our goals, no matter the obstacles. Cultivating toughness enables us to not only survive difficult situations, but also to thrive and come out stronger on the other side. Toughness of stones is a crucial property we need to consider. It essentially refers to the stone's ability to resist impact forces without breaking or cracking. When we talk about building stones, it's important that they are tough enough to handle the stresses that come from vibrations. Now, these vibrations can originate from various sources, such as machinery installed on the structure or even from loads moving across the surface. If the stones aren't sufficiently tough, these vibrations could cause damage over time. Additionally, when we look at road construction, the aggregates used in the pavement also need to be tough. This toughness ensures that the roads can withstand the constant impact and load stresses from vehicles. So, in the overall context of construction materials, toughness plays a vital role in ensuring durability and safety. Let's talk about specific gravity. This is a really important concept because it helps us understand how heavy or dense a substance is compared to water. Essentially, specific gravity is a ratio. It's the weight of a substance divided by the weight of an equal volume of water. If the specific gravity is greater than 1, it means the substance is heavier than water, and if it's less than 1, it's lighter. This measurement is useful in many fields, like geology, engineering, and even medicine. It helps us determine the properties of materials without needing to do complicated tests. Connecting this to the bigger picture, understanding specific gravity allows us to predict how materials will behave in different environments, which is crucial for designing safe and effective structures or understanding natural processes. Let's talk about specific gravity. The more the specific gravity of a stone, the heavier and stronger it tends to be. This is a crucial point because it directly impacts the suitability of stones for various construction purposes. For example, stones with higher specific gravity values are ideal for structures like dams, retaining walls, docks, and harbors, where strength and durability are vital. Typically, good building stones have a specific gravity ranging between 2.4 and 2.8. Understanding this helps us choose the right type of stone for each project, ensuring safety and longevity in our constructions. All right, let's talk about porosity and absorption. These are really important concepts when it comes to understanding how materials interact with liquids and gases. Porosity refers to the amount of tiny holes or voids within a material, and these spaces can hold fluids. The higher the porosity, the more fluid the material can potentially absorb. Absorption, on the other hand, is the process by which a material takes in fluids through its pores. Understanding these concepts helps us predict how materials will perform in different environments, whether they'll resist water damage, how they might swell or weaken, or how they can be used for insulation or filtration. For example, a material with high porosity might be great for absorbing moisture, but that could also mean it's more vulnerable to deterioration if not properly protected. So, in the context of our overall theme, recognizing porosity and absorption helps us make smarter choices about material selection and application. It's all about balancing these properties to suit the specific needs of a project or environment. Now, let's talk about porosity and absorption in building stones. The porosity of a stone essentially depends on its mineral content and how the original rock was formed. Think of porosity as the tiny holes and spaces within the stone. If these stones are highly porous, water from rain can easily seep into those pores. This can lead to damage over time, as water may cause cracking, spalling, or other deterioration. That's why in construction, it's important to choose stones that are not too porous. Using less porous stones helps protect the structure from water-related damage and ensures durability. So, understanding porosity is key to selecting the right building material to maintain the longevity and integrity of our structures. Let's talk about dressing, which might seem like a simple topic, but it actually plays a crucial role in how we present ourselves and communicate nonverbally. The way we dress can influence perceptions, boost confidence, and even affect how others respond to us. It's important to consider the context, what's appropriate for a business meeting versus a casual outing. Dressing is also a form of self-expression. It reflects our personality, our mood, and sometimes our values. When we choose our clothes thoughtfully, we align our appearance with the message we want to send. Remember, consistency is key. Your overall look should support your professional image and help you feel prepared and confident. So, paying attention to dressing appropriately and thoughtfully is a vital part of effective communication and personal branding. Dressing is a crucial step in working with stones. It refers to giving the required shape to the stone, essentially preparing it for its final use. When we talk about dressing, the goal is to make this process as easy and cost-effective as possible. But it's important to remember that while we want to keep the dressing simple and affordable, we must not compromise on the stone's strength and durability. Achieving the right balance is key. If we make the dressing too rough or careless, it could weaken the stone. On the other hand, overly complex dressing procedures can increase costs and time. So, the idea is to find that optimal point where the stone is shaped correctly, efficiently, and economically without sacrificing its essential qualities for structural performance. This concept of dressing ties directly into our overall theme of efficient and effective construction practices, where every step should maximize value while maintaining quality. Today, I want to talk about appearance and its significance in our overall presentation. When we consider appearance, we're really focusing on how we present ourselves visually to others. This includes our attire, grooming, and even body language, all of which can influence how our message is received. It's important to understand that appearance plays a key role in establishing credibility and trust. First impressions are often formed quickly, so paying attention to how we look can make a big difference. But it's not just about looking professional. It's about aligning our appearance with the message we want to convey. For example, dressing appropriately for a formal business meeting versus a casual team building event. Throughout this presentation, we've emphasized the importance of communication, confidence, and professionalism. Appearance ties into all of these elements because how we look can boost our confidence and help others see us as credible. So, in essence, appearance isn't just superficial. It's a strategic aspect of effective communication that supports our overall message and helps us connect better with our audience. When it comes to faceworks, appearance really takes center stage. The color of the stone and how well it can be polished are key factors to consider. Generally, light-colored stones are more desirable than dark ones because they tend to maintain their look over time. Dark stones, on the other hand, are more prone to fading, which can impact the overall aesthetic of the finished work. So, when selecting stones for visible surfaces, it's important to prioritize those that will look good for years to come, enhancing the beauty and durability of the project. This focus on appearance fits right into our overall theme of choosing quality materials that stand the test of time. Let's talk about seasoning. Seasoning is a crucial component in enhancing the overall flavor of our dishes. It's not just about adding salt or pepper. It's about understanding how different herbs, spices, and other flavorings can transform a simple ingredient into something extraordinary. When used thoughtfully, seasoning can bring out the natural flavors and add complexity to your cooking. The key point here is balance. Too much seasoning can overpower a dish, while too little might leave it bland. So, it's important to taste as you go and adjust accordingly. Also, consider the timing. Some seasonings are best added early to develop depth, while others should be added at the end for freshness. Connecting this to our overall theme, effective seasoning is about mastering the art of flavor harmony. It's what turns a good dish into a memorable one. So, experiment, learn what works with your palate, and remember, seasoning is a powerful tool in your culinary toolbox. Let's talk about seasoning, which is a crucial step in preparing good stones for construction. First off, good stones should be free from quarry sap. Quarry sap is a kind of moisture or resin that can be present in the stone right after extraction. If not properly removed, it can affect the durability and strength of the stone when used in construction. Now, especially for lateritic stones, there's an important waiting period to consider. They should not be used until about 6 to 12 months after quarrying. This isn't arbitrary. It's based on the natural process of letting the stones settle and rid themselves of any residual quarry sap. This natural process is what we call seasoning. Essentially, seasoning allows the stones to get rid of the quarry sap through the action of nature, exposure to air, weather, and time. It's a vital step because properly seasoned stones are more stable, durable, and less likely to cause problems in the long run. So, in summary, seasoning is about ensuring the stones are properly prepared before they're used, which ultimately contributes to the strength and longevity of our structures. It's a simple but essential process in the overall construction workflow. Now, let's talk about workability. When we refer to workability, we're essentially discussing how feasible and practical it is to implement a solution or an idea in the real world. It's about asking, can this be done smoothly? Will it fit within existing processes? These are critical questions because an innovative idea isn't very helpful if it's impossible to put into practice. Key points to consider include the ease of adoption, the resources required, and how well it aligns with current systems. For example, even the most brilliant concept needs to be practical enough for teams to execute without excessive difficulty. This ties into our overall theme of creating sustainable and effective solutions, because no matter how innovative an idea is, if it lacks workability, it risks remaining just a concept. So, always evaluate the real-world application to ensure your ideas are not only good on paper, but also capable of making a meaningful impact when put into action. Now, let's talk about workability. When we say that stone should be workable, what do we really mean? Essentially, it means that the stone can be worked with relative ease. This involves tasks like cutting, dressing, and shaping the stone. The key point here is that these processes should be economical and not overly labor-intensive. If the stone is too hard or difficult to manipulate, it can significantly increase costs and complicate construction or sculpting projects. So, in the context of our overall theme, choosing a workable stone is crucial because it ensures efficiency and feasibility in your work. It's about balancing durability with ease of handling to achieve the best results. Let's talk about cost. When we consider any project or initiative, understanding the costs involved is crucial. It's not just about the initial expenses, but also about the ongoing and hidden costs that can impact overall success. Managing costs effectively helps us stay within budget and ensures that resources are allocated wisely. It's important to identify where costs can be minimized without compromising quality or outcomes. Throughout this presentation, we've emphasized how careful cost planning aligns with our broader goals of efficiency and sustainability. By keeping a close eye on costs, we can make smarter decisions, avoid surprises, and ultimately deliver more value. So, cost isn't just a number. It's a key factor that connects directly to the overall success of our projects and strategies. When considering building materials, cost is definitely a crucial factor to keep in mind. One of the main things that can influence the cost is how close the quarry is to the actual building site. If the quarry is nearby, transportation costs decrease significantly, which in turn lowers the overall cost of the stones. This is why proximity can make a big difference in your material budget. Remember, choosing materials isn't just about appearance or durability. Cost efficiency plays a vital role in the decision-making process, ensuring the project stays within budget while still meeting quality standards. So, always consider how the location of your quarry can impact your project's overall expenses. Let's talk about fire resistance. This is a crucial aspect of building safety, especially when it comes to protecting both lives and property. Fire resistance refers to the ability of building materials and structures to withstand fire or delay its spread for a certain period. It's about giving occupants enough time to evacuate safely and allowing firefighters to respond effectively. Key points to consider include understanding the fire ratings of different materials, which indicate how long they can resist fire under specific conditions. For example, some materials might resist fire for 1 hour, while others can last up to 4 hours. This helps in designing buildings that are safer and more resilient. Another important aspect is the use of fire-resistant barriers, like walls and doors, which can compartmentalize a fire and prevent it from spreading rapidly. This containment is vital in minimizing damage and ensuring safe evacuation routes. Connecting this to our overall theme, fire resistance is not just about complying with codes, it's about proactive safety planning. Proper materials, design, and construction practices significantly enhance a building's resilience against fire hazards. So, understanding and applying fire resistance principles is fundamental to creating safer environments for everyone. Let's talk about fire resistance in stones. It's important that stones are free from substances like calcium carbonate and oxides of iron, as well as minerals that have different coefficients of thermal expansion. When these are present, the stones can become more vulnerable under high temperatures. Now, considering different types of rocks, igneous rocks are particularly prone to disintegration because of quartz. Quartz tends to break down into small particles at around 575 degrees C, which can compromise the integrity of the stone. On the other hand, limestone has a slightly better resistance to heat. It can withstand temperatures up to about 800 degrees C. Beyond that, though, it also starts to disintegrate. So, when selecting stones for structures exposed to high temperatures, understanding their composition and thermal limits is crucial for ensuring durability and safety. Thank you all for your attention today. I really appreciate you taking the time to be part of this presentation. I hope the insights shared have been valuable and have sparked some new ideas or perspectives. Remember, the key points we've discussed, from the importance of innovation to the role of collaboration, are all essential to achieving success in our field. It's been a pleasure sharing this journey with you, and I look forward to seeing how you'll apply these concepts moving forward. Once again, thank you so much for being here.